So, Unfinity spoiler season day 2 is here, and we've already seen some really strange things, including, well, a new legal eternal commander named Comet, who is a dog in space, apparently. So yeah, this is a brand new actual planeswalker. And speaking of brand new things that apparently now exist, okay, here we go. I'm gonna try this. Blorpityblorpboop. That seemed to be easier than I thought it was going to be. Anyways, to find out what Blorpityblorpboop is, let's jump into it. So, apparently Blorpityblorpboop is a very important alien or whatnot. Ambassador Blorpity. I'm just gonna, oh, sheesh, I'm gonna keep messing this up. Blorpityblorpboop. That is such a fun and long and strange name. A 3/3 alien advisor guest that costs 3 green-blue. When Ambassador Blorpityblorpboop enters the battlefield, you get 3 tickets. Then you may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. And at the beginning of each combat, you may have Ambassador Blorpityblorpboop's base power and toughness become equal to the total power and toughness of all stickers on permanents you control. So, okay, well, first up, obviously, the big news here is that we have a, brand new crazy commander that has, a name that, I will say somewhat competes with Asmaran. I can't remember how to pronounce that one that takes up the entire top of the card. But it's somewhat reminiscent of that, let's say, for a very complex name that I'm sure players are going to love to try to say over and over again at the commander table. But when it comes to what this commander does, obviously, it's all about getting tickets, putting stickers on non-land permanents you own, and potentially becoming a massive threat, based on those stickers that you control. Now, a quick reminder as to what stickers are. Well, there are going to be sticker sheets, I believe 48 of them in total that are coming out in Unfinity. And those sticker sheets each have a total of, I believe, 10 stickers apiece. 3 name stickers, 3, picture stickers, 2 ability stickers, and 2 power toughness stickers. And we'll go through some examples here in a bit that you might want to consider for this commander. But also, with that, in constructed games, like with Commander, you need at least 10 unique sticker sheets, and you cannot have any repeats. Before each game, you choose 3 of them at random from the sticker sheets you bought, and then those are your 3 for that game. So you're going to be getting 3 out of 10 at random at the very least, and yeah, if you are building around this kind of a commander that is going to want to really utilize sticker sheets and, probably specific ones, you're probably going to want to keep it to just 10 of them, so you've got a high percentage chance of getting the ones that you really, really want. And, even if you don't get those, you still get other ones that still work with this commander. Now, I will say that we haven't seen every single one of these sticker sheets yet. I think we've seen like 10 or so. So, yeah, there could be some really massive effects that we have not seen yet with this one. So, Ambassador Blorpityblorpboop, yeah, that name's pretty fun to say, is going to be very excited to see, more and more come out. Regardless, of course, there are definitely ways to use and abuse that ETB, especially, in these colors. And yeah, Simic is a very powerful color combination, perhaps one of the most powerful ones out there, for 2 color combinations. So, of course, you get access to some great cards and some great ways to utilize this commander very effectively. But essentially, the goal for many Blorpityblorpboop decks out there is probably just going to be to get a ton of stickers into play to make this commander absolutely massive. Now, before we jump into the cards on this episode, I just want to mention that in the description below, there is a linked list of cards I'm talking about in this episode. So yeah, if you are interested in this commander, make sure you check that link out. And now with all that said, let's jump into the cards. First up, let's tackle some sticker sheets and ones that you might want to consider. Let's just call this one Eldrazi Guacamole Type Rope, because those are the names on the sticker sheet that you can pull off. But when it comes to actually utilizing stickers with this commander, the ones that I really want to focus on are going to be those ability stickers, like, the 2-ticket haste. Giving this commander haste can obviously be very impactful, and obviously you can just pay for that right away if you've got a good amount of stickers in play already, or, you know, if you've got a good amount of stickers in play throughout the game with this commander, then you get your commander out again. Yeah, giving it haste can allow you to attack with it right away, and it can be very, very, very deadly once you are set up properly. And the other one is going to be for 5 tickets. You may cast this card from your graveyard by paying 2 life in addition to paying its other cost. That can obviously be a great way to basically get around commander tax. Instead of having to pay, you know, 2 mana additionally every single time from the command zone, you can just pay that 5 tickets to get that ability onto it so that you can just keep recasting it from your graveyard for just some life and its mana cost. And keep in mind, I probably should mention this earlier, but yeah, these stickers stay on, you know, whatever they are on out of your non-land permanents the entire game as long as they are in a public zone. So that means, yes, you know, in play, obviously, graveyard, I believe the command zone as well would count. You know, non-public zones would be ones like, you know, a library or a hand. So as long as your commander is in your graveyard, you can keep getting it back and all the other stickers are going to stay on it. And actually, when you're set up this way, your commander is probably the best place to actually place those stickers on, even though, you know, your commander really doesn't care if you throw, you know, some picture stickers on it or, you know, some name stickers on it. All that is going to do is bolster its base power and toughness. And of course, keep in mind then, you don't have to utilize those tickets you are building up if you are utilizing those kinds of stickers. So you can save them for other fantastic ability stickers as well. Just like we see on the Jetpack Death Seltzer sticker. I mean, that just sounds like, you know, an actual seltzer name. Anyways, 2 tickets for Trample, which of course is going to be massive with this commander. Again, at a certain point, we get a ton of stickers out there, and yeah, our commander can have a massive base power and toughness during combat. And yeah, we do need some way to actually get that damage through, because our commander can just be chump blocked for days, again, not having any kind of evasion or any kind of way to get damage through. So yeah, Trample can be a great one. And sure, yeah, for 3 tickets, we can, you know, put that Monstrosity sticker on, pay 3 for Monstrosity 3. So if our commander isn't monstrous, we get 3 counters on it and it becomes monstrous. So yeah, just another way to build up its power. Now, speaking of which, I mean, you can utilize those, you know, power toughness stickers. I believe that would just be overrided though, again, on each combat, you know, because of our commander's, you know, sticker ability, essentially, or sticker trigger, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, you might not want to utilize those power and toughness stickers on your commander, but on other creatures. That being said, your commander very well might be the safest place to keep your stickers because, well, you're highly motivated to protect your commander and to keep stickers on it so that you can actually, you know, take advantage of the massive amount of stickers and the massive power and toughness boost that you can give your commander. Whereas, again, if you focus on, you know, maybe getting stickers on other non-land permanents you control, and then those get dealt with, and even if they're in your graveyard, true, the stickers are on there, but your commander doesn't see those stickers, you know, and count them towards its base power and toughness. Regardless, next up, another sticker sheet. Then this one actually pairs well. The last one is going to be Trendy Circus Pirate. This one has 2 tickets for Death Touch, which of course can pair incredibly well with Trample, well, and also First Strike or Double Strike, but yeah, Death Touch can be fantastic on this commander. On top of that, another one that pairs very well with, again, Trample, or another way to actually get damage through, is the 5 ticket. Whenever this creature deals combat to a player, create that many 1/1 green squirrel creature tokens. So again, by getting our commander's base power tempest to be absolutely massive and getting damage through, we can make a massive army in absolutely no time with this. Next up, though, how about Phyrexian Midway Bamboozle? Pay 2 tickets. Whenever this creature attacks, you get a ticket. Which, sure, I mean, that is a nice thing to have because we're going to be aggressive with this commander. We're going to attack quite often. And yeah, we can build up more tickets to be able to pay for more things. But an incredible one to have, though, is that next one, 3 tickets for Undying. Undying means that when this permanent dies, if it had no +1 counters on it, returns to the battlefield under toast control, they +1/+1 counter on it. So this is basically a second life for our commander, which can be absolutely massive. And again, since our commander would be hitting our graveyard and coming back, it's keeping these stickers on it because, again, the graveyard is a public zone. And of course, if we've got a way to remove that counter, like maybe, I mean, actually, and I don't think we've seen one yet that gives persist, but I would think they'd have one that gives persist. So if you happen to get both of those sticker sheets, one that's Undying, one that's persist, your commander can basically be unkillable at a certain point. Because persist is basically, the opposite of Undying in a way. It's a -1/-1 counter, so you get a -1/-1 counter and a +1 counter. If you have both, And then, yeah, your commander just, comes back and, has nothing on it. So it can just die again and come back. Regardless, a way for our commander to keep fighting on is great. So yeah, this is a great sticker sheet to get. Another one, though, is going to be Misunderstood Trapeze Elf, great name, that has 2 tickets. When you cast a spell, this creature gets +X until a turn where X is the amount of generic mana and that spell's mana cost. So that can be a massive boost to our commander, but the bigger one of these ability stickers has got to be that 3-ticket Hexproof. This can be a fantastic way to protect our commander throughout the game. I mean, Hexproof is something that Wizards has really been going away from lately and more so into Ward, like, Ward 2 or whatnot. But yeah, Hexproof is a very, very, very powerful keyword, especially when paired with others. I mean, I'm sure we're going to see Indestructible at some point. So if you get that combination, having a Hexproof Indestructible commander, can't be targeted, basically can't be destroyed. It's going to be hard to take out. And speaking of being hard to take out, and actually a way to really take advantage of our commander's ETB, let's talk about some blink effects from things like Essence Flux, Release the Wind, and Conjurer's Closet. Essence Flux says, exile target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. And if it's a spirit, you get a counter on it. Our commander obviously isn't a spirit. It's a lot of other things, but not a spirit. But still, for just 1 mana, blink your commander. Now, this can be a great way to protect our commander in a lot of situations, but also, again, a great way to abuse that ETB. And I probably should mention this earlier, but yeah, I believe the Exile Zone is also a public zone, so yeah, you get to keep those stickers on your commander when you are doing this. So get that ETB again, get 3 more tickets, get another sticker on it, have fun. And of course, outside of blink effects, Release to the Wind is another way to do this. Exile target non-land permanent for as long as that card remains exiled. Its owner may cast without paying its mana cost. So just think about the various ways to actually, get your commander to basically leave play and come back into play. But again, be careful with public and non-public zones. And of course, a repeatable blink effect, like, Conjurer's Closet is going to be fantastic for, any kind of a commander that really has an ETB that you want to use and abuse. This one, as the beginning of your end step, you may exile target creature you control to turn that card to the battlefield under your control. So yeah, just a great way to essentially, again, get 3 extra tickets and an extra sticker every single turn. Or every single one of your turns. You know what I mean? But another way to take advantage of this commander's ETB is going to be with something like Cauldron of Souls. It has tap, choose any number of target creatures. Each of those creatures gains persist until end of turn. So again, that means that if our commander dies, if it doesn't have any -1/-1 counters on it, it comes back into play with a -1/-1 counter on it. Which, of course, again, like I mentioned earlier, pairs very well with that Undying sticker. So yeah, that can be a great combination. And again, just on its own, it's another way to just get that ETB at least once more. And while there aren't too many, feigned death effects in this color combination, we do have access to Reincarnation. Choose target creature. When that creature dies this turn, return a creature card from its owner's graveyard to the battlefield under the control of that creature's owner. So basically just a way to get our commander back right away if it's taken out and again get that ETB again. But again, like I mentioned, be wary of, those public and non-public zones. Like, something like Temur Sabertooth might seem like it's a good idea with this commander. Pay 1 and a green, you may return another creature you control to its owner's hand. If you do, Temur Sabertooth gains Indestructible on a turn. So you could take advantage of, bouncing your commander back to your hand and recasting it for that ETB. But if there are any stickers on your commander, they are going to be returned to the sticker sheet. So this can definitely be counterproductive. So just keep that in mind. Another thing to keep in mind is, of course, a card like Panharmonicon, which works great with this commander. If an artifact or creature entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. So basically, double up your ETBs, including our commander's ETB. So yeah, when it comes into play, now every single time, whether, we're playing for the first time, or we're blinking it, or, we're, feigning death it, reincarnating it, whatever you want to call it, you get to get 6 tickets in total and put 2 stickers on your commander. Or whatever non-land permanents you want. But yeah, the way that I would build this would probably focus pretty heavily on getting all those stickers on my commander. Next up, another thing to consider and another way to use and abuse this ETB are going to be with clone effects, actually. Like, clone. It has, you may have it enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield. Now, obviously, our commander is legendary. Go figure. So when we do have a clone become a copy of it, that clone is just going to, die because of the legend rule. but still, we still get that ETB, so it's a way that we can utilize it. So of course, a, lower to the ground clone like Mirror Image can be great. It's basically a clone that can only copy a creature we control, but yeah, if we're going to be copying our commander, it doesn't matter. And of course, another clone like Spark Double can be great as well. You can have it enter the battlefield as a copy of a creature or planeswalker you control, except it enters with additional +1 counter on if it's a creature, extra loyalty if it's a planeswalker, and it isn't legendary if that permanent is legendary. Basically, a slightly larger version of our commander with that counter, and again, it is not legendary, so we can have basically 2 commanders in play. So that can be an extra massive heavy hitter on top of, giving us that ETB again. But of course, outside of those abilities on these sticker sheets, which can help out our commander and help turn it into, a massive Voltron threat, we can also utilize, equipment that can help it out as well. Of course, like Prowler's Helm, Blackbladed Forge, and Fire Shrieker, just to name a few. Prowler's Helm can be a great way to get our commander through. Equipped creature can be blocked except by walls. Many players out there aren't running walls, so this is basically like your commander is unblockable. Blackbladed Forge says equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each land you control, and it only costs 3 to actually equip to a legendary creature, so yeah, this can make our commander massive, especially since we are in Simic. So yeah, with green, we've got access to the best land ramp out there. And Fire Shrieker can very easily turn our commander into a one-shot KO once we're set up properly. Equipped creature has double strike. Yeah, if our commander, again, has base power and toughness 11/11 at a certain point, that is going to be a one-shot KO on any player. Or I guess I just said base power and toughness, but, there's other ways to pump it and, other ways to get counters on it. You know what I mean? If our commander is 11 power, one-shot KO with double strike. But now this episode is coming to a close. It's time for me to give you my thoughts on Ambassador Blorpityblorpboop. First thought, that is a very fun name to say, and if an opponent is going to try to target my commander with anything, I'm going to force them to say its name before I actually respond to that. So wait, you're trying to beast within, what are you trying to beast within? My commander. What's my commander's name? Yeah, thank you. Ambassador Blorpityblorpboop, of course, appreciates when its name is said. But yeah, I think this commander can be a pretty fun, ETB, focused commander where you really try to get a ton of tickets, try to get a lot of stickers out there, and then, yeah, just make your commander into a massive threat with a ton of extra abilities on it that can make it absolutely into the biggest threat on the board. And yeah, in many circumstances, you can, easily get into a one-shot or two-shot KO territory, and it can be incredibly deadly. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, if you are interested in this commander, make sure you check out my card list, link in the description below. And with that, also make sure you stay tuned for even more exciting quick takes and spoilers coming up. And with that, the show is coming to a close, so it's my turn to hear from you. So in the comments below, let me know what your thoughts on this episode are, and as always, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. We also have a ton of brand new t-shirt designs in stock, so make sure you check out those as well. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG Player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.